All right. So for brewing, alchemy, and what was the other one? Provisioning or cooking. We're going to kind of go over how to do that really quickly because there's a lot of people that have asked me, "Hey, how does this work?" Because it's a little bit wonky. It's not overly complicated. It just doesn't really make sense at first sight. So to do cooking, we're going to start out with cooking. You're going to have to go to a kitchen. You might have to go to your trainer and buy like different types of the camping fire, but you should have that if you started out with the cooking or provisioning thing. So once you have that, it's going to open up this big list right here, and you can just start throwing things into it if you want to. You can throw in meat, you can throw in fruit, nuts, herbs, fish, vegetables, and spices. To know what you want to put in there, it's basically like a trial and error kind of thing. If you ever played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it's kind of like putting some things together, throwing it into a pot, mixing it up, and seeing what happens. But in this case, you actually have to put in the correct things, and it will spit out an item. So what we are going to do is if we go over here to shalazam.info, you go up here to the top, and you click on the recipes drop down. You go down here to cooking, brewing, or alchemy. It'll give you the different recipes that have been known. You can find other recipes in the game. If you are going around, you can find like books and pieces of paper and things that will kind of give you bits and pieces of a recipe and kind of teach you how to do some of this stuff. But these are the ones that are already known in the game, so they're kind of easy to just go in and make these. The example that I'm going to be doing today, because I wanted to make some block rating food, is the ruddy mushroom with rat meat. So I already have that in my inventory. So we're going to go back over to that computer, and we are going to take a look at that. So we have the ruddy mushroom here, right click on that, and we have rat meat here, right click on that, and you can see that it makes rat caps. If I add in another thing, let's say I add in fruit, it'll just take that away. So you don't have to have all of the ingredients. You just have to figure out what ingredients it takes to make that specific item. So if you throw something in there and it doesn't make anything, take something out, try something different. You could keep doing that, with herbs and spices and different things that you find. In this case, it only takes 2 items. In some cases, it might take 3, 4, 5, or 6 or whatever. It might take a lot more. So this is just kind of a trial and error. Once you have that, you just simply click cook, and it will cook up the item for you. And then boom, we now have the rat cap. So this is going to increase my block rating by 100 and my parry rating by 9. This is going to be very good for my tank when I am tanking. This is why I wanted to make these. So now we're going to go over here to brewing. It's literally the exact same thing, but in this case, it is a fluid, a fruit, a plant, and blood. Those are the different things that you can use. So we're going to go back over here to the Shalazam website. We're going to go here down to brewing. And for this, there's only a few recipes that are actually known in the game so far. There are probably a lot more that other players know. They're just not getting updated here on Shalazam yet. So if you know of something, please add it over here to Shalazam. Let them know so we all have access to it. In this case, I'm going to make more tanking stuff, which is going to be this dodge rating. So we're going to use a flask of water and 2 blackberries. So we're going to go back over here to brewing. The fluid can be water. It can be a lot of different things for the fluid, but in this case, it happens to be a flask of water. And then we are going to go down here to our blackberries, if I can find them. There we go. And that is going to make blackberry sparkle. And we're going to click on that and say brew. There are some things that can be made with blood, etc. So you might want to check out the different recipes. Notice that this, though, something I do want to point out, this says blackberry sparkle right here, and it does not give you the stats on it. So this one does give you the effects, but this one does not. That doesn't mean that it won't give you the dodge rating when you drink this. We'll go ahead and drink it just for funsies. We drink it. Well, can I drink it? It's trying to put it into my brewing kit here. We'll drink it, and then you can come up here and see what it is. +2 dodge rating while active, and that lasts for 30 minutes. So there you go. That's how that drink works. We'll be making more of those because it's one of the better things. It's one of the only things that I know of to make for defensive. Next up, we're going to go over here to the alchemy table, and we're going to do something a little bit more complicated to kind of show off how this actually works. We're going to go to the alchemy table, and in here, we need we have all of these different things that you can use. We're going to need to use the improved alchemy kit for what I'm trying to do, but you might want to look at the alchemy recipe. So we're going to go back over here to the live screen. We're going to go down to alchemy, and these are all the different alchemy recipes that are currently known. But if you come all the way down here at the bottom, I'm going to be making this time twister solution. So it's going to take zinc, serpent leaf, wolf blood, and griffin feathers to make. And this is going to be like a buff. It's a short-term buff that gives you increased attack speed and spellcasting speed, but then afterwards you are slowed. Movement speed is slowed by 80% for 5 minutes. So it's kind of like a temporary super buff. For this, we have to do this in the improved alchemy kit. So we're going to go over here. We're going to find zinc, which is this one right here. We're going to put that in. We are going to find serpent leaf, which is this one right here. We're going to find wolf's blood, which is this one right here. Actually, sorry, that is not the correct one. Let's see. It's not the right kit, apparently, because this is not going in. Is it the portable? Yeah, it must be the portable alchemy kit. So we're going to do zinc. We're going to do wolf's blood. What was the other thing? Serpent leaf and griffin feather, which is the reagent. And then this is going to make the time twister solution. So you can see that you might need to try different things out. Different recipes require different kits or different things to make, depending on what you're trying to create. And then we are going to make this time twister solution. And it tells you right here what that makes. So we're going to go ahead and craft up one of those. Boom. And then we have our time twister solution right here. So it's going to increase the melee and spell haste by 25% for 60 seconds. So it's great for a burn phase. But then afterwards, you have negative 80% move speed for 5 minutes. So this is kind of like something you're going to use at the end of a fight, or something where you're really trying to burn down a boss, or something you're trying to do some DPS very quickly. This will effectively increase your DPS by about 25%. For melee, it's less than that, but for spell casters, it's approximately 25% because you're going to be casting that much faster, assuming you have mana. Anyway, that is basically how alchemy, brewing, and provisioning works. I had a lot of questions on that, so there you go. We're putting this out over on YouTube, so definitely check it out.